And how can I understand and accept my past, and then understand where I am in the present, and then my money habits, my money personality for today, and then where you want to go in life. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? I'm a little bit older, but I still think about what do I want to be when I grow up? What do I want to go toward? And can I create that today? Money scripts, money journey, we're all different. And the important thing is to think about who you are, where you came from, and why you are where you are. Moments in time. There are so many different moments in time that created who you are. Moments define you. There are moments that influenced you, and there are moments that created who you are. And do you want those moments to define you from today to tomorrow? You can think about those different things with your money journey, where you are and why you are where you are. So self-awareness is the key to that. So understanding where you are, the critical thinking is just think about there's different things that led you to where you are today. And too often in life there's comparisons. And we always think compare to other people here. We have 70, 80 people here in the room, like comparing yourselves to other people online. And online, that's just something that people are posting their highlights. But think about yourself, about who you are, and understanding that that's key to your self-improvement, understanding yourself. So your money journey. So I don't know if anybody's ever played Chutes and Ladders. So I played a lot of Chutes and Ladders as a kid. And my she's in high school now, but when she was young, we used to play Chutes and Ladders. And we'd just go back and forth, and just she'd always beat me somehow. I'm not sure if she was cheating or not, or I let it happen. But life is a journey, and you're trying to get from one point to the next. And as you're rolling the dice, you're making those decisions. So sometimes that ladder shoots you up higher and something great happens, and sometimes things push you back down again. And it's so important that you do the best you can, but you got to keep playing in life. You got to work on your money journey, think about where you are and your map, your journey, your game in life. And thinking about your past. And I talked about your past already a little bit, and just understanding and accepting where you are. And too often we get, we beat ourselves up in life. It's like things are challenging, we're all different, and we're all coming from a different place. And I think it's great to be motivated by others, but it's so important just to kind of focus on yourself and think about what can I do to get a little bit better every day? And how can I understand and accept my past, and then understand where I am in the present, and then my money habits, my money personality for today, and then where you want to go in life. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I say, I'm a little bit older, but I still think about what do I want to be when I grow up? What do I want to go toward? And can I create that today? So what does money mean to you? And it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It could mean fear, stress, stuff. It could mean this little kid who's dressed up as a clown. He's scared and crying. And that same kid could be speaking at a CampFI many years later. That's me, yes. So that is me. So recently I went through all my pictures at home, and that one really stood out for me. And so at some point that may have been my Facebook profile picture. But I think it's so important that you kind of think about what is the fear that you have? What are the different things that led you to where you are today? Is it fear? Is it just stress or stuff? And I think it's something important to think about. What does that mean to you? But does it also mean time or control or freedom? Does it mean having the time to go have an impromptu snowball fight in my pajamas with my daughter? So just kind of getting out there and doing things, having that freedom, having that time to just get out there and do things and have control over where you are and what you do. I think it's so important that we kind of make that shift to think about what does that mean to you. Understanding your past is so important. And I've kind of struggled with that a lot in life, and that's why I am here today. So I was in the Air Force, as Stephen mentioned. So we were traveling to different bases, and I moved to North Dakota, met my wife up there. And at that point, we ended up having a daughter and moved like 2 months later. So there's a stress of moving. You're in a new place, a new state, and it was very stressful at that point. So my wife had been working at the previous location, and then it's really tough for military spouses and having to just be kind of pull up and move somewhere else. So she didn't have a job for a while. And then there was one day I remember very clearly that I was going to get my daughter in the morning. She had woken up, and I hear my wife scream in the next room over. And I go over there, and she's having a seizure. And I have never called 911 in my life until that moment. I've never had so much fear in my life until that moment. And it was so scary and trying to figure that piece out, because there's so much in life you can't control. If we talk about our past, there's a ton of stuff you can't control. I've had to focus on what area we can control and to get rid of some of that stress. So as you're understanding that and thinking about your past, think about all these different influences that you had. There's many different people that influenced you growing up. There's many different situations in life. There's a lot of things made you who you are today. And I think it's very important that we think through those different situations, and there might have been some financial trauma also. And there's some bigger topics that many times you need to go to talk to somebody about that. There's so many different hard things that you can talk about it with others, but if you need to see somebody professional, I think it's so important that you talk to somebody to work through some of those issues. And scarcity might have been a different piece of it, or poverty, we're all different. We've all come to a different place in life. And that chutes and ladder board, we all on a different place on that board. We're all in a different place in life. You gotta think about where you are in life, and it's okay wherever you are. And I think being around a group of people like this is so important, because that's what my goal was, to just educate myself and then also surround myself with good people and very supportive people. And that's why I really wanted to join groups like this and be around people that were very, I'd say that there's that abundance mindset that people have talked about. You have the scarcity mindset, the winners and losers, but abundance mindset where we're all just raising each other up. And I think that's so important, that you raise others up. And sometimes it's just listening, it's just bending an ear to them and helping them out. And that helps so much. And there's many different things that your financial behaviors are created by those parents and caretakers, and you maybe mirror or you mimic those around you. And many times people don't have financial education. There's so many different people that don't. And this is a very small group of people that, I say a very small percentage of people in life have a lot of good financial education. So my daughter's in high school right now, and she had a personal finance class online that one of the other teachers at a different school taught. And she said it was so I didn't talk to her about it. She wanted somebody else to talk to her about it, because there's that dynamic that can be a challenge sometimes between you and a child, or you and somebody else. So different relationships. But she said it wasn't the best. They were talking about big picture stuff, and it wasn't focused on her and getting her job and just getting into college or whatever it is. It needs to be focused on that person and what they're doing. Many people learn by the personal experiences. I think that's the best way to learn about just doing things. And sometimes we make mistakes. I think, but action is so important in life, that you just step forward, you do something, and then you correct if that doesn't work. You just keep moving forward. And then peers and influencers, there's so many different stuff online now to think through of all the different influencers that you may have or others in your life might have. Because this talk isn't just about you and your story, it's about those around you also. You got to think about what are their stories, so many different things that created who they are and why they are the way they are. Then advertisers are always trying to pull that money from you, and really preying upon people with that lack of knowledge, that those mistakes or negative financial behaviors and low confidence. So if you don't have that confidence and that understanding, people are going to swoop in and take that money. So understanding your present is so important in life. Understanding just who you are and your money habits, maybe in your money personality also. We're all a little bit different with that, and we've all been created by things that have happened in the past. So this is a Dr. Seuss quote. So today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive that is youer than you. Can we do that together again? I think Dr. Seuss can't be said alone here. So today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive that is youer than you. You are in a spot in life that is very unique, very specific to you. And we always compare ourselves to others, like I mentioned. And there's my first CampFI I went to, so Doug Nordman was there, the military money guide, and just an amazing guy. And he brought up a quote I hadn't heard before that I hear all the time now, that the comparison is a thief of joy, the Teddy Roosevelt quote. So comparison is the thief of joy. So too often we compare ourselves to others. Really, we should just compare ourselves to our yesterday's self. And are we better? And if we're not, can we be better tomorrow? So we're all in a great spot to being around great people like this. And my journey in general was to educate myself, try to figure out how we can get out of debt. And then at that point, it was community. And having that great community where that abundance mindset, where we're helping each other. We're there to listen. We're there to, hey, if you need an example, somebody to motivate you, that's one thing, that's great. But really think about yourself and your journey on that chutes and ladder board as sometimes you slide down and sometimes you shoot back up on a good roll. So as you're understanding and creating your present money journey, it's important that you think about your self-awareness, as I talked about earlier, that critical thinking about where you are on the board in life. And then think about your habits. Trying to automate things is so important in life. And think about habits are something that either they created you or you create them. You can either be reactive or you can be proactive. And too often, we were like that for many years. We were very reactive and just struggling and just trying to tread water, trying to stay above and just trying not to drown. I don't know if you've ever been that way, but it's scary. And there's some stuff you can control and some you can't. And I say just focusing on that area that you can control is so important. Because money habits create who you are, your money personality, and your style. And think about, is that the style, is that the personality that you want in the future? Is that going to help you get to where you want to be? And there's different money scripts, as we mentioned. So there's a financial therapist called Brad Klontz, and he defined money scripts as those unconscious beliefs about money, often rooted in childhood, that affect your adult behaviors and perspectives. So a lot of times these are scripts that you tell ourselves that we don't even realize sometimes. They're unconscious. And many times, like scripts, just like on TV shows, the scripts are the way that it's supposed to be. And sometimes if you allow the script to tell you, then you're not going to go to where you want to go, or you're going to go where that script tells you to go. So what do you want that script to say? And some of the negative scripts, different examples of things that he gave. That money avoidance is one, where money is bad. Money is the root of all evil. It's so negative and it's dangerous. Wealth is bad. I think that's one way to think about it, one thing that people say. And something that those are people in general, that money comes in and money goes right back out again. That it's just hot potato. You can't keep that money and you just kind of push it back out again as soon as you get it. Then money worship, that's kind of the opposite of the money avoidance. Money worship is some things like, say, money is power, or money, getting that right number, that financial independence number. What is my FI number? And once I hit my FI number, that's it. It's great. Life will be great. Well, we all know that's not true. And it's about that journey also. And trying to think about that when you hit that FI number, trying to create that life that you want now. What is the script that you want to tell yourself? Money status is the next one. That owning possessions is great, and that's that's number one thing. So that's the keeping up with the Joneses, and hey, everybody's got the best of everything, the best house, car, life, and it just changes as you get older. And being in high school, so my daughter's in different events, and sometimes it's like she's in show choir, so it's sometimes all the different show choir parents and we're competing against each other. It's who has the best show choir, and it's always something. It's about who has the best of whatever. But it's something that it shouldn't be that way. Then lastly, the money vigilance. And I think that's kind of where I tend to be in general. I think saving and keeping quiet about one's money is important. And I think that's an okay idea. But sometimes we take those to an extreme. That could lead to like miserliness. I'm really glad my wife is different than me, because I wouldn't have as many amazing experiences without her. We wouldn't go do so many amazing things and do exciting things and get out there. I'd be at home, probably not doing as much. But it's important that you can spend that money on things that you value. And I think that many people talk about the value, having that right value, that being a valuist, as different people have talked about, that spending money on what you value. So what do you value? And is it experiences? Is it life? Is it relationships? Think about what do you value? And what future do you want to create? So you're on the game of life, and how do you get to the point in life that you want to? And that's by kind of thinking through your steps to get to that point. And what future do you want to create? And what moments do you want to create? And what are the steps to create those moments? Can you kind of reverse engineer, say, I want to get to this point, and what are the steps to move forward and get to that right step in life? Maybe I can create that life right now. Can I partially create it right now? Can I do something? Can I go for more hikes? Can I spend more time with loved ones? Am I prioritizing correctly? And not waiting till you get that FI number. It's important that you think about where you are right now and how can I create the life that I want right now, today? And are you in the spot that you want to be in life? And where do you want to go? And then how can you get that 1% better, as talked about in different areas, different books, different podcasts? Can I get better today? Can I get better tomorrow? And too often in life, there's this big goal that you have, but it's so big and so unmanageable that we stop and we don't even do it. And you can think about others in your life too. Why haven't they accomplished their goals? Because maybe fear is a big piece of that. And maybe breaking it down into smaller pieces for yourself or maybe helping somebody else also. How can we break that down into smaller pieces? Do one thing today, one thing tomorrow to get to that goal. So you can ride off in the sunset on a little rocking horse that I made in middle school that my parents still have. As I took a picture as I was riding off into the sunset when I was at home last holidays. And so what can you control? So too often we focus on things that you have no control over, that area of concern, the outer circle. But can you focus on the bullseye? The area of concern is so important that you think about what is that? What do you control? What can you control? You can control your behaviors, maybe your habits. Too often your habits control you and you don't control your habits. So what are the things that you can do to move forward? I mean, habits are just pre-made decisions. These are things that you decided long ago, or maybe something that was the easiest way forward is something that you just fell into, and those became your habits. So it's recognizing those habits, recognizing those behaviors, recognizing how you react to situations, and your reaction to it is how you're going to move forward. But too often we're focused on the bigger area, the areas of concern, of things that you can't control. So focusing on what you can control is so important in life. Then I asked in the beginning, what does money mean to you? But what do you want money to mean to you? I think that's the bigger piece, bigger question. And I want it to mean, so in the middle here, I want to wake up, be awesome, repeat. That's what I want in life. Just try to do as best you can. And we can't always do that, but doing the best you can, trying to be awesome, it's always been my goal. I mean, family is a huge piece of that. So on the bottom left here, I've been coaching my daughter's soccer team for about 7 years, and this was seconds after her first goal ever. We went a whole year and nobody scored at all. The next year, I think it built up in her, all this anxiety and this stress. So I took her out. I was getting ready to take her out, and she ended up scoring. I took her out seconds after, so she ended up scoring. So that's a look of pure joy in that moment. So in the bottom, it's just about family, about being together. And now she's in high school, so show choir is big. So it's always about supporting others and being there for other people. So in the top left, so as I mentioned last night, I just graduated from improv class. So I was 14 months, every Sunday for 14 months. So I'm more reserved in general. So it was something that just get outside my comfort zone, do something different, and just provide joy in life. And there's my graduation certificate. So if you ever come to Omaha, let me know, and I can. I'm in a team now. We do shows about once a month, public shows. So it's just doing something different, getting outside your comfort zone is key. At the top right, so a few years ago, I was teaching a class, and there was a director of TEDx Omaha, which is the local version of TED Talks. So she asked me to come on, help her out, and so I was going to help her doing some different things. So it's just being around different people, amazing people, artists, musicians, amazing speakers. I think just putting yourself in different situations is so key in life, and too often we get stuck in our own circles. We stay with the same people all the time. But here, I've maybe 5 people, 6 people maybe I knew from other camps, but in general, everybody's new and everybody has a different perspective on life. And I say everybody has something to teach, everyone has something to learn. I think last night people were saying that, I don't know what I have to contribute. I said, everybody here has something to contribute, no matter who it is. I've taught kids and very senior people, and I say, no matter what, you have something to teach. You have a different perspective. So everyone has something to teach. Everyone has something to learn. in the bottom right, so I ran a lot over the years, and that's my 5th marathon, but my best friend growing up, that he decided he wanted to run a marathon, so he came to DC and we ran the Marine Corps Marathon together. And I think that was just one of the best experiences of my life. And I think money is about creating that control, that freedom. And not too long ago, called me up and he has cancer, and ended up going to help him out as he was going through hospice. So money is about creating that control, that time and that freedom. And I was in a position where I could go back and help him out and help his family. He has 2 young kids. And to be there his last week of life, it's just so amazing. And be able to have that freedom, to be able to do something like that, that's what money means to me. That you have that time, that control, and that freedom to do things like that, to go be with others, and to be supportive of people who are going through things they can't control. So it's important that you step outside and control what you can so you can be there for others when things are outside your control. And then last Dr. Seuss quote here is that you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. So as you're thinking through who you are and where you've been in life, kind of understand and accept that past. It's okay. It really is. Sometimes we beat ourselves up about a lot of things in life. And don't beat yourself up about it. And it is so hard, I get it. Talk to somebody if you need to. Understanding and accepting it is an important piece about understanding where you are today, understanding those money habits, those money personality that you have, and then where you want to go in the future. Because we're off to bigger and better things, and it's so important that you just be who you are, be the best version of you. And that's my talk.